He was a passionate advocate of revitalizing and preserving Indigenous language and culture. One of Canada's most successful and widely read, who emerged in the 1970s during a time of cultural renaissance in Canada. Hi, I'm Renu Barrett. I work as archivist in the William Reedy Division of Archives and Research Collections. I've had the pleasure of sorting and arranging the Basil Johnston archive, and I'll be pleased to talk about it to you. Basil Johnston was a First Nations writer, revered storyteller, and preserver of the Anishinaabe or Ojibwa language. He was born in 1929 on the Perry Island Reserve in Ontario and was a member of the Cape Croker First Nation. He was educated in residential schools on the reserve and in Spanish Ontario. He earned a BA from Loyola College in Montreal and obtained a secondary school certificate, subsequently teaching in North York at a high school from 1962 to 1969. He worked at the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto for 23 years, until 1994, where in the ethnology department he initiated a First Nations approach to record, celebrate, and teach Anishinaabe language, mythology, and culture. He also lectured in many Canadian universities. Though his books were initially met with resistance, his works prevailed with the support of his publishers Jack McClelland of McClelland & Stewart and Anna Porter of Key Porter Books. They published his early works such as Ojibwe Heritage 1976 and Moose Meat and Wild Rice 1978. As a survivor of the residential school system, Johnston also has published short stories, essays, articles, and poems, often humorous, on cultural and linguistic clash between government administrators and educators. He was a passionate advocate of revitalizing and preserving Indigenous language and culture. He felt that Anishinaabe language should be taught. He has published 16 books. Johnston also published the Ojibwe language course and Ojibwe Thesaurus in an effort to educate and preserve the language from extinction. His works also seek to break the existing stereotypes of First Nations peoples and to demonstrate the complexities and diversities of their culture. Johnston donated his archives to McMaster in 2012. In his manuscript of the Peace Pipe, which was included in Ojibwe ceremonies, he elaborates about the origins and use of the tobacco smoke as a symbol of reconciliation, harmony, and goodwill. I have chosen a quote which summarizes Basil Johnston's quest for the preservation of the Ojibwa culture. A deeper understanding and insight of Indian life would be gained through the use of stories. Stories embody beliefs, attitudes, and insights as to life, being, existence that would enlarge the scope of our students and eventually society in general.